Hello everyone, this is Parag from channel Qtomation. In today's session, we will see how we can install the Python on Windows system. Also, we will see the different ways to run Python code. Right, so let's see how we can download the Python. So Python is a free source, right? So we can download it for free. So for example, we have to just go to and just search Python download. So you can simply go to the first website. Here we can see that there is a download Python button, right? So 3.9.6. So this is the latest version of Python. So once we click on the download Python button, it will download one exe file, right? So it will download one exe file and we have to double click on that exe file and it will complete the Python installation on our system. I have already installed Python on my system, that's why I am not going to reinstall it, right? But I will just show you how it looks. So once we install the Python and double click on the exe file, then you will see the installation steps. So installation steps, basically we have to select the default path, or you can customize the path as well. So here first you can simply click on install now and it will install the Python in your system on the default path, or you can simply customize the installation and you can give the path where you want to install that Python, right? So just remember the location where it is installed. So for on my system it is installed on following path, that is C users app data local programs Python and Python 39. So this is the location where I have installed the Python. You can choose any location on your system where you want to install the Python, right? So you can simply click on next and after that it will start installing the Python, and once the installation is completed you will get some window like setup was successful, and you can simply click on close button and you can close the window, right? So once we have downloaded and installed the Python, the next step is setting up the environment variable, right? So we have to set up path in environment variable. So how we can do that? So we know the location where Python is installed, right? So I am going to that location. Now let's see, I'm going to that location. Let's say C. So for my system, I have installed the Python in following location. You can install in your system at any location you want. Right, here we can see the Python 39 folder is there. So I have to go to this folder and you can simply copy this path. So I am just copying this address and I am going to provide this path to the environment variable. So how we can go to the environment variable? Just right click here and go to properties, advanced system settings. In advanced settings there is a environment variables. Here you can see in system variable there is a path variable, right? So double click on path. I have already added the path. I have already added the environment variable, if you see here, right? So this is the path where I have installed my Python, and this path I have to provide in the environment variable. So if you haven't added, you can simply double click here and add that specific path and click on OK. I have already added, so I'm not going to add one more time. So I'm just clicking on OK and I'm closing the window. So this is how we can add the environment variable of the Python in our system, right? So we have installed the Python and then we have to add the environment variable, right? Now let's see what are the different ways of running the Python code, right? So first way is, there are multiple ways we can execute or we can run our Python code in our system. Now first method is by using python.exe file. So whenever we download the Python, if I go to that location, now let's go to that location one more time. So this is where we have installed the Python, right? So in the Python folder you can see python.exe file. So how to run the Python code by using python.exe file? So I'm just going to double click on this exe file, right? So it will open one command prompt window for you. Here you can simply type, let's say I'm going to start with typing the hello world program. So I'm just going to type print hello world, right? You can see the output. You can directly start coding in this window as well. So let's say I'm going to create one variable. Let's say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Now let's print a plus b. Now it will return the 30 as output, right? So this is the one way of running the Python code by using python.exe file. Right, now let's see what is the another way of running the Python code. So we have seen the first method, that is by using python.exe file. So what we have to do, we have to go to the Python folder where we have installed the Python, and from that folder there is a file known as python.exe. Just double click on that file and it will open one window, command window, and in that window you can run your Python code. Similarly, there is a method 2. So whenever we download Python, it comes up with some IDLE shell. IDLE is nothing but integrated development environment, which is bundled along with the package of Python. So once we download the Python, I will just show you how you can execute the code by using IDLE shell. So go to the Windows search and just type IDLE. So here we can see the IDLE application, right? So just open that application. Right, so it will again open IDLE shell for you, right? So if you see, this is the IDLE shell. So how we can execute the code, right? I can simply type, let's say print welcome to Python, and I'm going to press enter, right? So you can see the output here. So this is how we can execute the Python code by using IDLE shell. Let's say I'm going to use, let's say x is equal to 5. Let's say y is equal to 9, and let's print 9 minus 5, right? So it will return 4 as output. So this is also one way or one method to execute the Python code by using IDLE shell directly from this shell window, right? What we can do along with this, we can also create one file as well. So I'm going to create file, new file, and in the file, so basically we have opened and created a new file, and we can simply write our Python code in this file. Now I'm going to write some basic Python code. Let's say print running Python code. So I'm going to print this statement. So I'm just adding the Python code in the file, right? So once we add this statement, I'm going to save this file. I'm going to name this file as mytest.py. So whenever we write the code for Python, we have to save that file by extension of .py, right? So I'm just saving this file mytest.py on the desktop. I have just saved the file. Now how we can run this file, right? So if you see, there is a one run option. You can simply click on run and run module, right? So once you click on run and run module, it printed that output, right? So this is the output which we have printed by using this statement. Now let's say I am going to modify or add some more code. Let's say a is equal to 100. Let's say b is equal to 200 or 300, and let's print the sum of a and b. So I'm just going to print a plus b. I'm saving the file. I'm just going to run and click on run module, right? So you can see the output here. So it is executing the code which we have written in mytest.py file, right? So if you see here, this is the code which got executed. So this is the another method of running our Python code by using IDLE shell, right? So far we have seen two methods. First one was by using python.exe file, and second method we have seen, that is by using Python IDLE method, right? So far we have seen two methods. Now let's see, there is one more method we can also run the Python code by using command prompt. How we can do that? Now let's go to the command prompt. So what is the way to open command prompt? I'm going to type cmd in Windows search and just open command prompt. Here if I simply type Python, it will give me the version of the Python, right? So if you see here, we have installed Python 3.9.6, so that information it's displayed here, right? So after that I can directly print my statement. For example, if I want to print, let's say hello world, I'm just going to print. I will just press enter and we can see the output here, right? So this is how we can execute our Python code by using command prompt. Now let's try one more scenario. Let's say a is equal to 55, let's say b is equal to 5, and let's say c is equal to 10. Now let's print sum of a plus b plus c, right? So it is giving the expected output, right? So this is how we can run our Python code by using command prompt, right? So far we have seen by using python.exe file. Next one we have seen that is by using IDLE shell, and we have also seen how we can use command prompt to run the Python code. Now there is, if we, so far what we have seen that we have used some kind of a command prompt window or some shell to execute our Python code. We can also write our Python code in some editors like Notepad or Notepad++, and we can execute that code as well. Now let's see how we can do that. So I'm just going to open Notepad++, and I'm going to write, let's say, some code in this editor. Now let's see, let's start with printing something, right? So I'm just going to start print hello world. Let's say a is equal to 22, let's say b is equal to 55, and let's print the sum of a plus b. So print method is used to print the content in Python. So let's save this file as abc.py, right? So we have saved this file as abc.py, and let's save that file on our desktop only. Save as abc.py on our desktop. Right, so we have saved the file. Now let's, how we can execute this file, right? I'm just minimizing the window. Right, so we have stored this abc.py in which we have written some print statement and sum of a plus b. Now how we can execute this file? So I'm just going to open the command prompt. Here I can simply use the command as python, and I can directly give the path of that file. Now let's say, right, you can simply see here, right, whatever statement which we have added in that file got executed on our command prompt, right? So we have just used command as python, and then we have provided the path of that file, correct? So this is one way of executing the Python code by writing it in a file by using any editor, and then we can execute that file by using command prompt, right? Now let's see another method of executing the Python code, right? So we have seen how we can execute the Python code by using editors as well. Now there are lots of online interpreters are also provided. For example, if we simply go and search for, let's say, Python online compiler or interpreter, you can simply search for Python online interpreter. So we don't have to install anything. You can simply go to the online websites. There are multiple websites which provide such compilers or interpreters for Python. Here you can see, right, if we have to simply type the statement, and if we run the statement, it will got executed in our shell window here in online way, right? So I can simply, let's say I'm just adding few more lines of code. Let's say a is equal to 40, let's say b is equal to 50, and let's try to print the sum of a plus b, right? I'm just going to run the file. It should print 90 here, right? So this is the online, there are multiple online websites which provides the online interpretation or compilation of the Python code, right? If this is the one website, we can also go for another website as well. For example, if you see, there is another website as well. Even Tutorials Point is also providing online Python compiler, right? So if you simply go here, right? So here also I can simply type the Python code and I can run this, execute this code, right? So if I execute, click on execute, it will simply execute our code, right? Let's add some more line. For example, let's say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 30, and let's try to print a plus b. Let's execute this code, right? You can see the output here, that is 40, right? So there are multiple online interpreters for Python which can be used to execute our code online as well. So that is also one way to execute the Python code online by using online interpreters, right? So what is the next way? So next way which we are seeing, by using integrated development environment. So we know for programming there are multiple IDEs are available. So IDE are basically the integrated environments which are very useful while coding with their additional features. So for Python, PyCharm is one of the best, or which is more very popular code editor for Python, right? So how we can install the PyCharm, right? So you can simply go online and just search for PyCharm download. If you go and just search for PyCharm download, so we can use the PyCharm IDE for coding the Python, right? So if you go to their website, you can see download PyCharm option. We can simply download the community edition, right? So that is completely free and open source. Once you click on the download button, here you can simply select this and you can simply click on, sorry, you can simply click on, right? So it will, once you click on download, it will show you the exe download option. You can save the exe file and double click and install that exe file, right? So that is how you can simply download your PyCharm, right? So I will just show you. Once you click download that pycharm.exe file and double click on that file, you will see simple installation steps. Just click on next, 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 and at the end it will finish the installation and the PyCharm will get, PyCharm IDE will be downloaded to your system. So once you download it, I have already installed that PyCharm, so I'm just going to show you. So after you download that PyCharm IDE, and once you click on the installer, then after successful installation, it will open the PyCharm IDE, right? So this is how the PyCharm IDE will look. So it is very good. It provides the good features as well as good experience while coding with the Python, right? So that's why most of the people prefer PyCharm for Python coding. So how we can do that? So once we open this window, you can simply create new project. I'm just going to create new project here. You can simply give some name to your project. Let's say I'm going to name it as my Python project new, and let's create the new project. Right, so once we have added our project, so we have added our project. In the project, I'm going to create, let's say, new file. So I'm just going to create new file. Now what is the extension of file which you have to give? So for Python we have to give the extension as .py. So I'm going to create my first Python file .py. Right, so I have created the new file, new project, and in that project I have added one file, or I have created one file which with the extension of .py. So I'm going to use, or I'm going to print one statement. I'm going to simply use print hello world, right? So I'm just saving this file, and to run this statement you can simply click on run here. If you see here, there is a run option, right? So you can simply click on run option here and select the file. It will print the output here, right? So we have, using the print statement, we are printing the hello world that will be printed on our console. After that, let's say I'm going to use some more line of code. Let's say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 40. Let's try printing a plus b. I'm just saving the file, and let's click on run the first file. Right, we can see the output here, right? Hello world and 50. So this is how we can use PyCharm. We can simply create new project and we can add our Python files, that is .py files, in that specific project, and we can run the code by clicking on run option, right? So this is how we can use the Python for executing our code, right? So Python is nothing but IDE, that is also known as integrated development environment, and by using PyCharm we can execute our Python code. So this is one IDE. If you want to use some other IDEs as well, we can use those IDEs as well. So for example, let's say I want to use Visual Studio Code IDE, right? So we can also use Visual Studio Code IDE. So how we can do that? So we can simply download the Visual Studio Code. If you simply go to their website and select for download Visual Studio Code, right? So here you can go to their website and simply you can click on download for Windows. It will download the installer file, that is .exe file, and after double clicking on that exe file, you can complete the installation of Visual Studio Code. I have already installed Visual Studio Code in my system, so I'm just going to open that. Right, so after opening the Visual Studio Code, you can simply the screen like this, right? So first option you have to do is, for the Python project we have to add one extension for Visual Studio Code, right? So you can simply go to the extension tab here and you can search for Python. So Python is an extension provided by Microsoft, right? So it is provided by Microsoft. I have already installed this extension in my Visual Studio Code, that's why it is not showing the install option here. But if you are installing it for the first time, after searching Python here, you will see one install option here. So you have to simply click on that install option and it will automatically install that extension of Python in your Visual Studio Code, right? So once you complete the installing that extension, you can simply create new project or new, I'm just going to create, let's say, new open folder. I'm just going to create new folder. Let's give some name as my Py project. And let's select this folder. Right, so we have added our folder in which we are going to create our Python files, right? So if you see here, you can simply click on this new file and let's create one first Python file. Let's name it as my py file .py. So extension is always .py. So we have created .py file and let's now write the Python code here. So I'm going to simply print the hello world statement. Let's save this file. And if you want to run we can also select the interpreter here, right? So if you are installed the first time, it will ask you for selection of interpreter. So you can simply select this interpreter from this side as well for the first time, right? So once we have selected the interpreter, we can run that file from the Visual Studio Code as well. So for running, you can simply select this run option and you can simply run without debugging. Right, so in the console window or terminal window, it will execute the file and it will print the output. Right, so you can see the output, that is hello world, in our window here. Right, we can also execute by, if you want to execute, you can simply right click here and you can also select run Python file in terminal. Right, so this is how we can execute our Python code from Visual Studio Code as well. Right, so we have used IDE, that is Visual Studio Code here, correct? So far we have seen multiple ways of running Python code, correct? Let's revise one more time what we have seen today. Right, so just for revision, we have installed the Python in our system. So you can simply go to the download Python website. You can download the latest version of Python. That will download the exe file, and you can simply double click on that exe file and it will complete the installation of Python in your system. After installing the Python, we have to add the environment variable in our path, that is in environment variable, right? So once you add the path in the environment variable of the Python, after that we can simply execute our Python code by multiple ways. So first way we have seen, that is by using python.exe file, right? So that will open one shell window in which you can simply start writing your Python code. Second method which we have seen, that is by using IDLE shell, right? So Python comes with IDLE as well, so it will open the IDLE shell for you and you can execute Python code in that IDLE shell as well. Third way which we have seen, that is by using command prompt, right? So we have also seen how we can execute the code by using command prompt. Next one which we have seen, that is by using text editors like Notepad and Notepad++. So in which we have written the code in our text editor files and then we have executed those files by using command prompt. Fifth way which we have seen, that we can also execute our Python code by using online interpreters, right? So if you see, there are multiple websites which provides the online interpreters for Python. You can visit that website and you can add the Python code and you can execute directly. And at the last, we have seen how we can execute the Python code by using different integrated development environment. For example, different IDEs that are PyCharm as well as Visual Studio Code, right? So far, right? So whatever you like, you can install that IDE and you can start coding the Python code, right? So for our next tutorial, we will be using the PyCharm only, right? And in the next tutorial, we will see about some more topics of Python. So thank you everyone.